This is where we can make the most impact with our speeches, and this is where AI cannot really help us. I find it gives you a very inhumane, very unauthentic speech. People think you're just a robot. AI is all the rage at the moment. It's the buzzword. And people are worried about what it's going to do, not only for their jobs, but is it going to take over the world like Terminator?
I'll be back.
Well, in this video, I want to speak about how we can use AI to better improve our public speaking. But at the same time, I have a few warnings as well. Now, AI is actually a very useful tool. I'm actually quite intrigued about how we can integrate it more into our lives, but don't worry, it's not going to take over from everyday human beings. AI is one of those things that, if it's used as a tool, can be greatly effective. But if you use it to do all the work for you, it tends to fall down. Especially when it comes to public speaking. If you take AI and say, write me a speech for a best man, which lasts 30 minutes, you're going to get a very generic, very boring, and most probably very cliche speech that everybody has heard before. And the fact is, this tool is not really meant for that. Although it can do it, it's not meant for it. And if you do that, you'll find it gives you a very inhumane, very unauthentic speech that you can give. Instead, you want to use AI more like a prompt. It can solve some of the difficult background things, like how do I structure my speech, or what 3 main points should I hit on this topic. When we use it in this way, it gives us ideas which can cut down some of the learning time it takes, some of the time sitting and brainstorming for our own speeches. But we don't want to go so far as to be doing everything with AI. That's the warning. Because if we do that, you'll find that people think you're just a robot. Because you are. You've just mimicked the robot's words. So instead, use it to give us the bare bones, and then use your own thoughts, your own creativity to flesh out the rest of what has to be said. We can also use AI to generate very quickly the statistics we could use. Or, for example, I've recently used it to come up with 20 common myths about public speaking that can be debunked. And I can use that to create videos, I can use that to create social posts, because it's taken some of the time. I would have sat there for a few hours coming up with 20 ideas, and instead AI can do it instantly for you. So if we use it like that as a tool, it can be greatly effective. Another thing that AI is very good for is research. It can cut down the time we spend scrolling for relevant information, and it cites its sources. So when you get information from it, from its own research, it will tell you where on the internet it found it. And I would encourage you again, don't just take what it says as rote, check the sources to make sure it's not giving you some nonsense from a website that you would never have gone and clicked on yourself. Again, it's a tool. All AI is a tool, and it can't take away the human element because it's a robot. It's a computer machine learning device. But we can harness it to make our lives easier. That's what tools are for. That's what drills were made for, wasn't it? People made drills to cut down hand cranking a piece of wood with a hand drill. Instead, now we can do it instantly with a drill driver. So when we use AI in this way to speed up the research, to cut down the time it takes to figure out structures for things, we can use it to speed up our time. Then we can spend more of our time practicing what we're going to say, working on the meat of the bones that we want to put in, and also we can take more time with our delivery. This is where we can make the most impact with our speeches, and this is where AI cannot really help us, because it can't come up with a human way to connect with people. Come up with ideas maybe, but we have to do the rest of the work. So you can use AI definitely to improve your public speaking, but if you use it in the correct way as we've outlined in this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you would like more tips on public speaking, please subscribe to my channel and I'll be releasing videos that can help you to do the best you can with public speaking.